Peter? How did you get involved?
It wasn't easy. I mean, I had an amazing experience. I was, like you guys said, on this Greek island, taking care of our children, while my wife was making this movie. And I would hang out with my children in the morning. They'd start school at 3 o'clock in the afternoon because of the time difference. They'd do school until around 10 o'clock at night. I'd take them to the beach in the morning and hang out with them. And I had a very deep, awesome experience with my children during the making of this movie. The acting was incredibly nerve-wracking for me on some level because I really didn't want to suck. I thought it would be incredibly embarrassing and humiliating to be really bad in my wife's movie. And also, I don't really play roles like this that often, where I'm sort of the object of desire, some sort of like, amazing guy that everyone would want to be with. And of course, Maggie thought I was right for the role, but I had a lot of trouble seeing myself doing it. I was like, when do I kill someone? And I remember one of the things that I worked on for a while, and you would never know it really watching the movie, is I give a lecture in the movie, and in the script it was just like a couple of lines, and Maggie was like, I really want you to have a whole lecture that you give. And I'm really not an academic. I was like the worst student you could ever possibly imagine. I actually held the record at my high school for least number of days attended in my senior year. I went to school 71 days my senior year, and still graduated somehow. So I'm not an academic. However, I got really into the idea of this lecture. A friend of Maggie's helped, Dominique Townsend, who's a professor at Bard. And I watched a number of lectures from people that I admired or knew other people admired. I read a ton, I really worked on it. And when I finally went to go give this lecture, I was so nervous. This is nerve-wracking for me as an actor. Like, for me, facing a group of people and talking is not really what it feels like I do for a living. Like, I'm used to being on stage and facing like Ed, and we're having like a conversation. When I face this way, my heartbeat goes up quite a bit. And I remember Maggie, I did a take, and I was just happy to have made it through it. I'd said everything. It seemed like it was pretty good to me. And but Maggie came up and she was like, "That's really great. Just take your elbow off the lectern." And I was like, take my elbow off the lectern? This is like the life raft. And so I dared to, and my own wife really challenged me. And like I said, you wouldn't necessarily know it in the movie because it's bits and pieces in there, but like, that was tough. And I really finally got there, and by the end, I really felt like I had been challenged to be better by my own wife. It had somehow happened, and I'm proud of those little bits and pieces in there.